Day four, wrap up day here at Gamehole Con 2024. It's bright and early on a Sunday, and we are doing pretty well for 4 days of this. So, this is Drunken Larry, and I'm with.
I'm Extra Life John.
And Tom with Guys Games and Beer. And we have a guest here this morning who's got something that kind of caught our eye that we want to talk about. And we're here with.
Keun, from the Keun Games.
All right. So, what caught our eyes, Keun? What do you have here?
I have here Shadows, Heroes, and Monster, and this game is the PvPvE deck building card game. So player versus the environment. So it's like a Magic the Gathering plus Dungeons and Dragons. So player fight each other and monster at the same time.
Well, see that. So we don't play a lot of that style game. Usually, we're playing games like where you play against the board, the environment, or we're playing against each other. So it's really kind of cool to have something where you're not only trying to survive the environment and the board itself, but play against each other a little bit as well. I mean, to some extent, you look like.
Well, no, I'm seeing, there's a lot of formats, right? So, and you're right, combining against the board and against enemies. However, sometimes you may not make it unless you team up with someone at least temporarily. Is that something that can happen?
Yeah.
So with your game design, can you have truces with other players to defeat something in the environment or that in the board, and then go back to attacking each other, or do you have to constantly
They
combat?
can backstab each other. So it's very recommended to the people, friends who don't mind to backstab each other.
Oh, so basically, you're going to say by the end of this game, you're all going to hate each other and never speak to each other again.
There are definitely game groups that really like screw your neighbor.
Yeah. No, one of the interesting things, because you said it's a deck building game, and deck building games are always fun because you're getting these cards to use them, and so like the cooperative aspect makes it fun, but now you're deck building and you want to use these cards so that PvP really, I feel, would lead itself to. Deck building would lead itself to making the PvP aspect way more fun.
Is it deck building before the game starts or in-game deck building?
In-game.
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 All
So,
right.
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what gave you the idea to go with that particular style of game. I mean, was it something that you just didn't see in the market someplace, and you decided that you wanted to kind of fill this void? Because I don't see a lot of games like this where you have both of those things going on.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good question. So I'm game nerd. I game a lot, and I almost addicted to digital game, and I play a lot of League of Legends and like a Hearthstone card game. I'm born from South Korea, and that's very natural. And then 10 years ago, and I always find myself like I need to chase this certain meta game. Like I need to find something, search there. Like oh, this is the deck always wins, so I need to copy that deck. So I did not like that part of it. So I always wanted to build something freedom, like one off meta, different meta, so I can build it while I'm playing it, something different. So the hero always you can build it with different deck while you're playing it, or hero can build it with different item. Build it literally freedom with align with the other items together, and then
Right. So that is actually a good point, because like you said, when you play deck building games and games like that, you do get to that point of stagnation.
yeah, exactly.
So by having the extra environment come into play, and again, players versus environment, versus everything, it does kind of keep things a little more fresh and exciting that
Exactly.
way.
That's
Good.
the point.
Nice
Yeah.
idea.
I want to touch on something you were referring to MOBAs, and when I saw your box, all the heroes on the side of the box definitely feel like different MOBA characters.
Yeah, I got a lot of vibe from the MOBA, but it's not MOBA like there's a minion, no minion like that. It's just all based on cards. So it's all about tendency, like game of which, like I know you have defense, so and then you're gonna do this action, and I know you're going to do that on my head. So it's like all the back and forth, and then during that time, of course, the monster behavior is always different. So we have some clue of the monster behavior. So during that monster behavior, so we gotta do defensive. Or while I'm defending, I need to attack the other opponents. It's like that kind of strategy. Like read the read the room and then find that what to do.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the game itself. So what's the playtime on this particular game?
Uh, it's a 2 to 3 player for the first edition. That's two player usually like 40 minutes if
Oh.
people everyone know the game, and 3 player like 1.5, yeah, 2 hour.
Okay, so that's actually a shorter playtime than I expected on that, which is great because I like short playtime games,
Yeah.
as we all know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's.
Everything that you need to play is in the one box. You buy
Yes,
it up.
yes, it is, and yes, not. But the first edition I made wanted to make the unique perspective. So there is a holographic in it. So there is a partially there is collectible aspect, which I call a hybrid collectible card game. But it's everything is in there, like it's items, monsters, heroes, yeah.
Okay.
Except like a neutral skill card, which is make the more game fun, randomize it.
Right. I mean, so you can expand it if you want, but it's what you need to bring to your pal's house is all in the box.
Yeah, and then yeah, a lot of my fans will start to like they want to have all the cards. So that's why I wanted to move on to the second edition, have all the card base. I'm playing all the cards, so I'm kind of going forward to the LCG platform, which every card game play.
All right, all right. So all right. So right now, this is your edition one. How long ago did this actually come to market?
So I Kickstarter funded like 3 years ago, and then published it 2 years ago.
All right, so it's already
Yeah.
so it's already on the market for 2 years.
Yeah.
While we're going through it, so I'm going to have Mel show some cards. Which cards would you like her to show?
So like you can, there's the item, and there's the item you can put in your right next to the hero, and then you can build your hero literally whatever you want. So you can align the stat point, and then next to the hero, that build up the hero so differently. So each game you build your hero while you're playing it differently with your item, or with your new skill card, you build your deck differently. Um, then of course, depending on the monster behavior or the market situation, you always need to think about it. What to yeah.
All right, so the environment. Describe the environment part of the game. We've talked about the card building against other players. What's the environment like in the game?
The environment is the market situation usually. The market is also very competitive. Also, monster is the environment card. So,
Okay, so there's different environment cards for different rounds.
yes.
Okay.
So it's randomly you shuffle and then you draw them monsters. So nobody knows what monster is gonna come out. And of course, monster's ability is different. So depending on what kind of monster,
The monster cards are those cards right in the front there.
yeah,
Bigger
front over
ones in
there, the
front.
big one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the monster.
those are the monster cards.
Yeah, and the market is the item, and the market is also pretty competitive. There's a limited amount of items show up in the market, so you gotta pick up the good item for your hero.
Right. So is it a bidding system to buy those items, or is there a set price on them, and whoever buys it first gets it? Or
Yeah.
will I be bidding against my my friends?
It's not bidding system. It's just you have a gold and you get
Okay,
it.
so
yeah.
you buy it before somebody else grabs it off the
Yeah,
board.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. All right, so talk about the play time. Talk about 2-3 players. Yep. Anything new? Okay. Let's go in. So it's a beautiful set.
Yep.
I mean, this is
Thank you.
you put a lot of work in this and a lot of polish. Okay, so I'm all about. There's several things I really enjoy about games when they're done like this. One, you put some thought into the packaging. The packaging is nicely designed so that it holds all your cards, keeps everything neat. You know, I see you left room so that if you put everything in sleeve protectors, it would still fit in the box.
Yes, that
That's-
kind of thing. Yeah.
That's always
Yeah.
a great touch because for people like us who play a lot, you want those sleeve protectors. And very often they'll make the holders too tight,
Yeah.
and then you can't. I see you left extra room for sleeve protectors. That's great. And card expansion, which is good to see too. So packaging looks great on this. You did a great job on that. The artwork is gorgeous. So let's talk about the artwork. Did you do the artwork, or did you?
Actually, yes, I did artwork. Some of them. I have 7 different artists, including 8 different, including me. And it started. I'm trying to draw by myself, and then I realized there's too many cards, like over 200 cards coming out, and it's like, okay, I can't finish it probably for 5 years. And
That sounds about right.
yeah, yeah. Simple math, then just like, okay, I need some help, and then I have to hire some, yeah, good, talented, very great talented
Well,
artists.
and I have to say, it looks like everybody managed to get this style down. So very often with games that are done by multiple artists, you'll see style changes throughout. You look like you have a very nice unified style throughout the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's nice when
thank
artists,
you.
especially again when you're farming out artwork like that, it's nice when they.
So you did the initial artwork, and then when you hired the other artwork,
No, there is
artists
some
there-
artists here. Last final artist is here, mine. Yeah.
Right. Well, I was say on the
Yeah, I
style.
started,
I'm
yeah,
saying you established the style.
Yeah.
So they,
Okay.
they were able to look at your pictures first, and then kind of that's what he's looking for.
No, like that.
Oh.
Like I thought something similar is matched with my theme that
Right.
I can work with. Yeah, it's so that was a collaborating experience. It was fun, very experience. I mean, very, very fun. I mean, and yeah, there are a lot of great talented artists, and then I didn't use any AI, and because of course I didn't. When I make it, there is no ChatGPT was not even
Wasn't-
existed. Yeah, so.
So I do have a question. Do you have a favorite card out of the deck?
I do not, unfortunately. This game is about all the open meta. So the beauty of I'm still playing this game because I want to find this card. So I made this game card, certain card, for protected somebody, protect myself. But the other day, just 2 days ago, one of my fans used the different purpose, protect the monster, so they can mess it up. The other opponents attacking the monster. It's like, okay, that's illegal. That's
And no rule against it.
that's
Okay.
good. Yeah, that's I always like about this game is like, oh, you can use that way. Okay, that's actually work. And sometimes when I'm using it, oh, I can use this way. Okay, that's like it's as a gamer, it's like that's what I like about it.
Larry is the king of that. Larry will. Oh no, it doesn't say anything about the rules. Not saying that. I can use this card. Yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah.
So nice, very nice. So yeah, but that adds that. It's those things you discover about your game. Like you said, you may have thought about, oh, I'm developing it to do this, and somebody goes, oh wait, but I can make it do this,
Yeah.
and that shows a nice open-ended development, which makes it more replayable,
Yeah.
adds new dimensions to the game, and makes it a lot funner. All right, so now we've been talking a lot about where can people find this right now? I mean, this is a great-looking game and something that they might want to try.
Yeah, good question. First edition is available on the keungames.com. And the second edition I'm working on for the Kickstarter next year.
Okay, so you are going to kickstart the second edition.
Yes.
All right. Which means guys are gonna be able to get bonuses and all sorts of cool stuff to go with it. So
Yeah.
keep an eye on Kickstart for the second edition. First quarter, second quarter next year, you think?
Not sure. Always audience depends. Everyone. It's depending on the audience. Honestly, it's about the reason I started the second edition is also I find myself on the Gen Con this year. I visited, and then my fans still playing every month, every week. So it's like, okay, I gotta work on more policy and then making something expansion. Yeah, that's or they're cool, and I want to start that, and I want them to satisfy. That's where I started. Yeah.
Was this your first attempt at writing a
Yeah,
game?
this is my
Holy cow!
first. Yeah, it took long time, 10 years, but then it's worth it because I want to make the. I'm still playing it. Yeah, so. Yeah, it took a long time, but I think it was a great, great experience.
Looks like a labor of love. I mean, everything about this hangs together so nicely.
Thank you.
It's well themed. It's well thought out. For a first attempt, that's pretty damn
good,
impressive,
yeah.
dude. I've seen people turn out like little pamphlet games for their first attempt. Trust us. So, all right. So, first game, working on a second edition. Anything else in the pipe work?
I mean, there's an expansion and also working together. That's it.
So, do you think you'd write any other type of game? I mean,
I
besides
like the
just
board game.
dedicating your time to this
I
one.
was wanted to make a board game, other board game, just common, easier board game actually. But then, like I said, at the Gen Con, fans really like this game. It's like they're still playing it. I feel like yeah, I need to develop more. That's right now I'm focusing on this one.
All right. All right. Okay, I'm going to have you one more time. Where can people find the game?
Yeah, KeunGames.com, and there is on the sticker.
Right, and we
there's
will have links
yeah,
to the game below, so feel free to go and check it out.
yeah. There's
Um,
an email list over there if you go in there. Yeah.
If they're,
you can
if
take-
they, do they carry it at like local game shops as well, or do
There's
you?
few right now, but I don't want to risk it. It's like I say, it's very first game, so I don't know if it's gonna go where or not. I'm just slowly growing, basically. That's what I like to do. So
All right, cool, cool. All right, guys. Any other questions, Larry?
No, well, you can buy them here too, right?
yeah, people buy here. Yeah, definitely.
All right. So if you're here for the last day of Gamehole, stop down, grab a copy of this because it's easier than ordering it online. That way you've got it in your grubby little hands and can go home and play it right away. Anything?
No.
All right. Well, we're going to take this out then. So, guys, check out the links below.
Thank you.
Find his game and go with that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
great. to have
Again,
me.
truly a labor of love. I mean, that
Thank
is amazing. So,
Thank,
for a
thank you.
first game, dude, this is pretty involved. All right. So, guys, we're going to be doing a few more interviews today. It is Sunday, like Larry said. It's winding down.
Yeah.
This is the end of our the Guys, Games, and Beer World Tour. We're wrapping that up today. We're going to be taking a break, not from the show, just from traveling people. So, check out the interviews later today. We will talk to y'all later. Bye.